Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I am Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I am Office Bloke Daz.
We are the Office Blokes.
We are.
Yep.
It is a thing.
It is true, collectively.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
So
I
close.
almost got myself there. Yeah, and Office Bloke Mike is going to tell you about his thing.
My thing is the Patreon channel. Yeah, go and have a look at patreon.com. Put it Office Blokes React. It's got loads of tiers down there. So just £1.50.
It's the old speech.
Yeah, if you want to
Let's
support the
bring it
channel,
back.
that'd be amazing.
People have done.
Hey? Stop interrupting.
Any
Just while I'm
block,
moving
any
flow.
block content on there?
We've got block content on there. We've got all sorts on there.
Like Key and Peele.
Yeah, we've got Key and Peele on
Malice
there.
at the Palace?
Malice at the Palace. Anything else?
Family Guy?
Yep, got Family Guy on there. Dave Chappelle. Got all sorts
the
on
French
there.
guy.
Yeah, the French guy. Yeah, I've got all sorts. So, yeah, go down there, check it out.
Nice one. Right then, the time Gabriel Iglesias got high with Snoop Dogg. I can see where this is going to go straight away. He's just going to be fucked instantly.
I
I
see
think
it
if
being
you're
a
just
true
anywhere
story
near
as well.
Snoop Dogg, you get high.
I've heard a few
Yeah, just
people.
breathing near him.
Yeah.
I've heard a few people talk about smoking with Snoop Dogg, and it's just like,
He's a pro, isn't he?
oh yeah, yeah. Well, if you do it all day, every day, you build up a tolerance, don't you? So one of us go and hang out with Snoop Dogg would be green on the floor.
Yeah, maybe just
Yeah,
like,
but would he be able to come to the pub with me?
You know what he did, and this is my monthly mention of Rogan, which people
Not heard you
slag me
mention
off
it,
for in
but
the comments.
You talk about it for a while.
But he did Rogan, and he was drinking on it.
No, I know, but he's drinking.
I don't think
then
he's
he's drinking
I don't
with us.
think he's a drinker. I just think
No.
he drank a bit.
I know,
when
when
he
you go
ran.
out and smoke a bit of weed. But if you
Yeah.
smoke weed with Snoop, then you're going to be, what's it?
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
drink beer with me.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
Snoop might be out of
It's
his
gonna be
league, I
like
think.
smoking weed with Snoop.
I think
innit?
he's going to be out of his league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
fair enough. Well, let's do it. The time Gabriel Iglesias got high with Snoop Dogg. Let's do this.
I'm in the middle of trying to deal with this whole situation with my son watching these videos and not going to work. And while I'm doing this, I get the most random phone call I've ever gotten. My publicist calls me up and she's like, Gabe, Snoop Dogg is looking for you. Excuse me? Snoop Dogg, I know who Snoop Dogg is, but what do you mean he's looking for me? Well, he's looking for, is he looking for me or is he looking for me? He's a fan and he wants to interview you. Oh, cool, sounds good. What is it? I think it's some type of podcast. I'm in. Can I bring Frankie? Absolutely. Cool, so I hang up the phone. I'm excited, I want to tell my son. I'm like, Frankie, I'm walking towards your room. I'll be at your door in 3, 2, 1. Hey, all right, you're dressed. Good, come on, let's go. Where are we going? Watch. We get in the car. And now we're off on this adventure to go do an interview with Snoop Dogg. You guys, let me tell you something. We get to the neighborhood and we're lost. The GPS says we're there, but we're lost. We're looking for a house and there's no house, just a big building. And so I'm like, this doesn't look podcast, really? So I pull up to the security gate. Tap the button on the wall. Security desk, can I help you? Hey, security desk, my name is Gabriel Iglesias, and I think I'm here to do an interview with Snoop Dogg. Okay, one moment. Oh, okay, this is it. Good. I'm so excited. Snoop Dogg, this is gonna be cool, right? Sir? Yes. Yes, hi, there is no Gilbert Ignatius on file. Could there be another name? Another name? I don't know, Fluffy maybe? And the gate starts to open. I'm like, oh my God, I'm officially in the rapper's world because my real name doesn't mean shit. So we drive in. And we're passing all of these reserved parking spaces. Reserve. And we get to my space, which is basically an orange cone that has Fluffy handwritten on it. And a bunch of other names crossed off. So Frankie moves the cone, I park the car. We walk into the building. My publicist is waiting for me, right? And she's like, Gabe, you made it. Frankie, how are you? Listen, I just finished talking to Snoop. Wow. He is everything you think he is and just a little bit more. He is so sweet. I cannot believe he was charged with double murder. He told me to just walk you guys into the studio and he'll be right back. He said he had to go outside and get in the right headspace or something. Okay, cool. So she walks us into Snoop's studio. I'm thinking I'm there for a podcast. Come to find out, it's for a TV show. Snoop has a TV show where he interviews celebrities. Everyone in the room is waiting for Snoop to return. You can hear the small talk, you know.
If you were going to do, let's say it was a podcast, which it sounds similar, would you, and it was a smoking weed one, as people who don't really smoke weed, would you do Snoop Dogg's podcast and smoke with him, or would you do Mike Tyson's podcast and smoke with him?
Good call. Because I like both of them.
Yeah. And they both smoke a lot. It's just one of them is more likely to turn on you. And
I'd probably do Mike
face.
Tyson. Being a sports fan, I'd probably have to choose Mike Tyson. And he was like I really liked Tyson growing up.
Yeah,
sort of thing. And plus, to try and wind him up.
Well,
some of the videos we've seen, I don't think I could try and wind him up.
I've seen him when he's doing his podcast with people, and he sort of turns a little bit.
Yeah,
you know, and he's like, if he just doesn't like a comment, and you feel the whole aura of the
to
room, the whole atmosphere.
You'd have to watch your step, I think, all the time, wouldn't you, with Tyson? I think
Probably would with Snoop, to be fair.
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah.
And just in a different way.
Yeah.
I'd go Tyson, I think.
Yeah.
Be terrifying. I'd feel more comfortable with Snoop, I think.
I don't get nervous or like, it wouldn't affect me.
You're adding the element of smoking weed with him in there, though.
Yeah.
So you can end up being like a non-weed smoker stoned around either Mike Tyson or Snoop
Bit
Dogg.
unpredictable. Yeah.
I'd have a go at that.
I'd have a go, absolutely. Yeah. I'd be
Set it up and fly myself out.
fair enough, get flued out.
All of a sudden, everyone stands up. And I'm looking around like, what's going on? And I look at the door to see if Snoop's walking in, and I don't see him. And I could see my son. I don't realize it, but Snoop is entering the room through a different door. I don't realize it till like the last second. I'm like, what do you... Oh! So I jump up, I push in my chair. I'm so nervous, I don't know how to address him. So I'm like... I felt stupid. Snoop walks over to me, and he's so cool, you guys. He's so cool. He walks over to me, and he grabs my hand. He's really strong. He pulls me in, and he says, yo, what it do, baby boo? How you feel? Thank you for having me. Yeah. Can I sit down? For sure. I sit down, I look over, I see my son. My son's like... The difference between Snoop's show versus any other talk show I've ever done is that usually there's a person, like a producer or a director, who comes to you and gives you information, like how the show begins, topics you're gonna cover, how you go to commercial, how you come back from commercial. I've spoken to no one. Snoop just starts talking, and at some point they hit record. I'm waiting for action or a buzzer and something. Snoop just starts talking to me. Yo, what up, Big Fluff? Big Fluff. Oh, that's hey. Yo, you like music? Snoop, I love music. I love your music. Yeah, that's what's up. He opens up a laptop computer, and then he hits play. And the next thing I know, we are listening to hardcore Mexican banda music. I mean hardcore. And you can hear gunshots in the song. And then a cow. And the whole time Snoop is like, I love it when he go moo. I feel like he's messing with me because I'm Mexican, right? So I called him out. I said, Snoop, do you understand what you're listening to? And he said this, and it scared me. He said, gangster recognize gangster. The reason why it scared me was because he was telling the truth. We were listening to actual Mexican cartel songs that don't play on the radio. And the fact that he knew that, the fact that his level of street knowledge in another language was that on point, I said, I gotta shut the hell up. Don't speak unless spoken to, that's the code. Next thing I know, Snoop reaches under the desk and he pulls out the biggest blunt I have ever seen. Oh, this sucker was huge.
Going back to your question before about Mike Tyson and Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
I'm going to change my answer. Do you know why?
Go on.
Right? I'm a massive sports fan.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're going to smoke weed with anyone, you've got to smoke it with the Olympic gold medalist,
It's a fair
world
point.
champion.
Yeah.
I was going to say he's got
Snoop
me.
Dogg.
He's right up there, isn't he?
Yeah, if someone says to you, I
Right up
smoked
there.
weed once with Mike Tyson, everyone would be like, yeah. But if you say I smoked weed once with Snoop Dogg, it'd be like, what?
That's
It's iconic.
that's very true.
Yeah.
The best.
It's different.
Yeah.
It'd be your profile picture on all social media for the rest of your life if you're smoking weed
But
with
it's
Snoop
different.
Dogg.
Yeah.
wouldn't
It's
it?
like
Yeah.
once you've gone that route, there's no one else you can smoke weed with that would better that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably
No matter who
almost
it
as
is.
famous for that as his music.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Smoking
Correct.
weed, which
That's
is
what I'm saying.
what you're getting
Yeah.
along.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'd have to change. I've been thinking about that since you
Yeah.
asked the question.
Yeah,
That's my answer now.
It's-
Final answer. I'll lock it in.
It's fair. I kind of agree with you.
So can you cancel that Mike Tyson appointment?
Yeah. Sorry, Mike.
I don't mind talking sport with Mike Tyson, but
Yeah.
smoking weed has to
Yeah.
be with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I've watched a documentary on this Mexican cartel music once. I think
Yeah.
it was on Vice or somewhere, and it was following like the history of it and the culture. And it's like it's legit, you know, like people getting shot and
Yeah.
they're in the studio with cartel members and stuff. It's proper.
Heavy stuff, eh?
If you meet a real Mexican who's fresh from one of the big cities of Mexico, and they start talking about what goes on with the cartels, it's, mate, it's a fucking eye opener.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
real. I'm not talking documentaries on TV. I'm talking about if you're
No,
in a pub
no.
or in a bar and you meet someone,
Yeah.
and they start talking. We used to have offices down there, so I spoke to a lot of people who worked down there, and I'd say, "Oh, fucking somebody," you're like, "What?"
Really?
And then you're like, "Why don't you come to that?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good."
After what you've just said.
I'm sure you've got it covered.
I've ever seen. Oh, this sucker was huge. As soon as he pulled out that freaking blunt, I got excited because I wanted to grab my cell phone. Okay? I wanted to grab my cell phone so that I could take a selfie of Snoop in the background being Snoop. So while I'm fumbling trying to get my phone, Snoop starts talking to me again. Yo, Big Fluff. Yeah, what? Hit that while I hit this.
One each.
The second I went like that, all of the cameras in the room, red light, red light, red light, red light, red light. My publicist is like, no! My son is like, yeah! And now I'm being faced, bro. I'm being faced with a serious situation because, you know, I've talked about friends participating in doing stuff like this, but I've never openly talked about myself, you know. And now I realize that from this moment forward, people are gonna know what happened here with Snoop. So I started trying to find ways to justify it to myself. You know, if you're gonna do something like this on camera, you want it to be with Snoop. You want it to be with Snoop, Cheech and Chong, or Willie Nelson. Next thing I know, the manager hands me a lighter. I light it, and I take a big hit. So listen, I'm doing my best to hold in all this smoke because I don't want to look like a punk in front of Snoop Dogg. I'm trying, I'm fighting, bro. It's hard, you know. The whole time Snoop is like, hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. Fluffy going puffy today. I do not remember the rest of the interview. What I remember is my buddy Anthony telling Snoop Dogg and I to stand up for a picture. Stand up, get up for a picture. And so Snoop and I both stand up to take this picture. I put my arm around him. I have to put my arm around him because he's much taller than me, okay? Snoop has me by at least 5 inches. Shut up, are you?
There you go.
What story?
Nice story, yeah.
I think everyone's got a Snoop story, haven't they?
He's been about a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's been about.
Well, a lot of celebrities have got the Snoop smoking weed story, that's for sure. Because it just smokes weed all day, every day, doesn't it?
Say, as soon as they meet him, I mean, that's what he's doing, isn't it? Smoking weed, so. Yeah.
I think we've still
hand
got to
in
take him
hand.
over here as one of ours.
I think I'd prefer to get half of the interview out of the way before I had a bit of
Nah,
at least try and engage in something, you know, like maybe get comfortable on the same level of conversation and then smoke weed. Because if it's straight away, I just sit there and I wouldn't know what to say.
I think you just got to go straight into it, haven't you?
Yeah, but everything you say, in your head, you'd be going, that's so fucking
Even in the
stupid.
green room, you get on it.
Yeah.
Get levels of high.
Wow.
I suppose.
Like 7.
I suppose, like the equivalent of pre-drinks might actually be a move. You don't want to go from stone cold sober to smoking a Snoop Dogg blunt
Yeah.
on camera.
Yeah.
So you probably do want to have a little toot backstage.
But let's say what it's like for him, though, you know, if he's doing it all the time, like I say, probably just become like immune to it to a certain extent.
It probably just stinks of weed and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I smoked weed from age 13 up to about 25 and went through phases of my life where I was smoking weed all day, every day.
Really?
And it doesn't have the effect on it. Like, if I did now, then
It's the more long-term effects in it, Dave, that's
yeah, it's
affected
just
you.
you talk slow, you can't think so much.
You never get into second gear.
Yeah, you repeat words like collectively over and over again, and keep telling people it's true to reassure them that, you know, for your own anxieties.
That's why it is. There's a reason for it.
Yeah, your brain isn't fully formed till you're about 25, and I stopped at 25.
You stopped at 13.
Yeah, I should have, you know, knocked it on the head a lot earlier than that.
Never mind.
Yeah, I think you go straight into it, though.
I think I'm sold on now. I'd do Snoop. I'd do the Snoop interview over the Mike Tyson one, and then in the green room or whatever, I'd have a little smoke before I went out there, but like half an hour before, and just got to a level.
Get acclimatised.
Yeah,
Get a bit of a buzz on.
Yeah, and then you go out there, and then you do it. That's how I'm playing that.
That's
scenario.
the plan, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Very good.
hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.